Phantom of the Opera House, St. Louis, USA. In the heart of downtown St. Louis stands a grand, weathered relic of a more elegant age, the Powell Hall, formerly known as the St. Louis Theater. With its gilded balconies, velvet curtains, and ornate chandeliers, it looks like something out of a dream. But not all dreams are beautiful. Some are laced with whispers, shadows, and the restless groans of something that should never have been disturbed. Long before it became home to the symphony, the building operated as a vaudeville house in the early 20th century. Actors came and went. Lights dazzled the crowds. But behind the glamour, in the wings and beneath the stage, darkness festered. They say it began with a performer, an ambitious tenor named Victor Belmore. Handsome, talented, and obsessed with perfection, he was meant to be a star. But one stormy evening in 1922, during a rehearsal for Faust, Victor fell from the upper balcony, plummeting to the orchestra pit below. His death was declared an accident, but rumors swirled. A fight with another performer, a spurned lover, or even sabotage. No one was ever charged. The curtains closed for weeks, but when they reopened, something came with them. For nearly a century, strange occurrences have plagued Powell Hall. Musicians report hearing a single operatic note echo through the rafters during rehearsals. Always the same note, perfectly pitched, even when the room is empty. Stage lights flicker violently during performances of tragic operas. Instruments go mysteriously out of tune moments before showtime. But it doesn't end there. One night, a janitor working alone after hours felt a sudden drop in temperature. As he swept the backstage hallway, the lights dimmed. From the direction of the main stage came the soft, ghostly hum of a man singing. Not just humming, practicing. Vibrato, scales, arias. The voice was beautiful and terrifying. The janitor followed the sound to the orchestra pit, where he saw a figure standing with his back turned, tall, in an old-fashioned tuxedo. The figure raised his hands like a conductor and began to sway. But as the janitor stepped closer, the man vanished into a misty blur. Left behind was a single rose with a black ribbon tied around the stem, lying on the conductor's stand. Multiple performers have seen him since. He's been spotted in the balcony, face hidden beneath a white half-mask, watching rehearsals with cold, unwavering stillness. At times, patrons mistake him for a costumed usher, until he simply vanishes when approached. One soprano, preparing for her debut performance in La Traviata, was alone in her dressing room when her reflection in the mirror smiled back, though she hadn't moved. She stared in horror as her reflection raised a finger to its lips and whispered, "Phage." He's listening. The mirror cracked moments later, splitting her face down the middle. Said the phantom doesn't like mistakes. One cellist was nearly pushed down the stairs after missing several notes during practice. Another singer quit the production entirely after waking up in her hotel room to find the words "perfection or silence" carved into her bathroom mirror in backward script. And then there's the legend of the hidden tunnel beneath the stage, sealed off long ago. Some say it leads to a forgotten dressing room where Victor used to warm up. No one dares break through the bricks that cover its entrance, because the last man who tried, an electrician, was found unconscious. His eardrums ruptured, bleeding from the nose. He survived, but never spoke again. Even now, the ghost light is left on at all times when the stage is empty. Not for tradition, not for safety, but as a warning. They call him the Phantom of Powell Hall, the opera ghost of St. Louis. He demands silence when he sings, and perfection when others do. Applause soothes him, mistakes enrage him, and should you mock the opera or disrespect the music, be ready for the cold touch of a gloved hand on your shoulder, and the final sound you hear, a single high note, echoing into your soul as the curtains fall forever.